Hey guys, welcome back to another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing off, yet again, another Chaos Shadows team, and today's going to be another Lightning team with my Dauntless heroes. And before I get into that though, I do just want to say once again a huge thank you to the sponsor of this video, Dragonheir Silent Gods. So thank you very much Dragonheir for supporting my channel and helping me to continue to produce the content I do. But as well as that guys, if you aren't already playing Dragonheir and it does catch your eye, you are looking to give it a go, please do hit the link in my description and get involved today for free. So on to the team today. So I have previously shown another Dauntless team in my last video. I'm not entirely sure when this one's going to go out. So the next one I'm going to be showing is my Lightning 2 team. So in this team, it's very much the kind of same principles as the previous Lightning team. So my tank in this one is Urganda, built in exactly the same gear as my Malak was. So he's built with a good amount of accuracy, a good amount of resistance, and plenty of defensive stats, wearing the Ancestor's Candle artifact to reduce his battle skill. Battle skill isn't really necessary, however the resistance from this is. He's obviously in broken sets, he's completely unbooked, so that's a little bit easier to achieve. In terms of my healer, I'm using an unbooked Cypherus. So Cypherus is wearing the Mona Lisa set. The reason for this is she kills herself. Over the entire fight, she sacrifices her own health to heal everybody else. So having this set to heal herself by 15% of her max HP when using her ultimate skill just helps to mitigate that 30% sacrifice she's giving. As well as that, she's built in the Gatekeeper's Staff artifact, not for the overhealing, just for the skill haste. Because I'm not booking her, I want to make sure I'm getting her cooldowns as low as possible through skill haste. As you can see here, I've got some skill haste on my positive rune and some on my negative rune as well, and obviously this set does also give some skill haste before the Gatekeeper's Staff adds another 60. Outside of that, she's just built in a good amount of HP and defense. She doesn't need any enlightenment for her healing, it all comes from max HP. And she does obviously revive, but it's not really necessary, as once my tank dies, the boss will rush over and everyone else will very quickly die after that. Next up, I'm using a Sigrid. So Sigrid in this team is not here for damage because she's not gaining the damage boost. She is here to make sure I'm keeping a high uptime on attack penalty if my Urganda doesn't place it. So this is just to make sure my run stays safer. She's also wearing the Cyril set to increase everybody else's attack every time she places a debuff. And she's wearing the Ravatrix's Roots artifact from completing Famiander in Season 2. This just gives her, obviously, a very nice boost in attack to help her do whatever damage she can do, as much as it's really not relevant. Next up, I've got Nimbus. So Nimbus is here as my kind of secondary supportive damage dealer. I'm not really expecting him to do a huge amount of damage as much as I have built him for damage. His ultimate skill really is the reason he's here, because he hits so frequently to trigger my Avelios and also to provide Witch's Remains for the rest of my team. So as I mentioned Avelios, he is the next one I will show you. So as you can see here, my Avelios is built in attack and enlightenment. That's because his damage all comes from his passive skill, which deals derivative damage. Every time a Dauntless hero attacks, there is a chance to trigger that. Well, every time anybody attacks, there's a chance, but double the chance with a Dauntless hero. He is booked to get that extra chance up on there and the extra damage. In terms of sets, he's in the Abyssal Shadow set to increase his derivative damage dealt by ignoring defense. And he's wearing the Harpy's Nail artifact, which gives his passive a 20% damage bonus. I have tried around with a few different variants for this. So the Vile Blood artifact, I don't get as much damage out of that compared to the Harpy's Nail, and I don't have the legendary fan to increase his damage that way. So this is the way I've found best for my Avelios. In terms of his artifacts, he's wearing runes. He's wearing an enlightenment positive with attack percent, and the same on his negative, an attack with enlightenment and attack percent. So what we'll do is we'll jump into the run. I don't need the accuracy as the only aura I've got, so we're using accuracy. So I'll jump into the run and we'll have a little look about how it starts, and then I will jump back in at the end of the run once it's completed. So as you can see, the mushrooms are all spawning around my tank, so they won't be going anywhere near the rest of my team. So they are safe. They won't take any damage until the tank dies eventually. Which does happen eventually. He can't keep himself alive for the whole fight, and obviously Cypherus is not the best healer, especially when she's on her own. does normally need another healer with her, but when you're splitting your heroes across so many teams, you have to get a little bit creative with who you're going to use. So I will leave this run to play out, and I'll jump back in at the end of it.
My flesh and blood.
Face off here!
Piranha.
Wind and trees. Up, boom, boom! Thunder strike!
Listen well. My flesh.
And there we go, this run has now ended. So it lasted just under 4.5 minutes, which is pretty good considering the healer's sacrificing herself throughout the fight. And obviously it has done 30 million damage, which is comfortably over the 22 million requirement. So as you can see here, nearly, well, 55% of the damage comes from Avelios, with a little contribution from Nimbus and from Sigrid. The healing is basically just Cypherus herself. Obviously Uganda does do a little bit of healing from his kit as well to help keep himself alive. But that is all for this team, so that's my second lightning team done. I do have one more lightning team, which will be in the next video. That is featuring 2 rare champions as all of the damage. So yeah, just a massive thank you for watching this video, guys. If you are enjoying the look of the game, please don't forget to hit that link in the description and get involved. And obviously, once again, a massive thank you to the sponsors of this video, Dragonheir, Silent Gods. So I'll see you in the next one.